Hello, my beautiful ones. It is the day of the eclipse, and it is just absolutely stunning. We have had a lot of gray, rainy days, and I am so thrilled to be out here in the sun and feeling its warmth and feeling the energy of the birds as they're just having so much to say this morning. And I am stopping in to take a moment with you because I just had a beautiful time listening to a Wayne Dyer radio show where he's taking questions, and he was talking about this beautiful analogy, and it just meant so much to me and ties in so well with the nervous system stuff and sort of our collective desire for everything in life to just be to eliminate all of the challenges. And I think that can be one of the biggest pitfalls or stumbling blocks, if you will, of a spiritual journey. And the manifestation world, I feel, really feeds into this stumbling block. And that is to try to say, if something is not going the way you want, it means you're doing something wrong spiritually. And I just totally disagree with that. And I think most of the wisdom traditions do as well. And I really loved how Wayne Dyer spoke about it, referencing the Tao Te Ching, which has a saying, inside every fortune is misfortune, and inside every misfortune is fortune. So, there's something beautiful and valuable within every experience. And I believe it's a really, it's just a misunderstanding due to our limited perspectives here, that the things that we don't prefer are actually problems or misfortunes. I think we can't really understand that completely, but I think when we are willing to bring some radical acceptance to these experiences and say, I'm having a hard time, I don't feel good, I'm sad or I'm scared, and then to say, but I'm willing to have this experience, and I'm willing to bring love to it. And that love may mean you just really love yourself and communicate to yourself, like, I'm so sorry that you're feeling scared. What can I do for you? I'm so sorry that you're feeling this loss of this relationship when we're losing a relationship. Or I'm so sorry that you're feeling alone, and what can I do for you? And treating ourselves like a small child when, those of us who have spent time with small children, when they get disappointed, we can't always fix it for them, but we can be really loving and caring and supportive of them, and encourage them in those moments. And that's one thing we can really do for ourselves in a place of acceptance, is to say, hey, it looks like, you've lost this thing that you thought you really wanted. And, whether that be you've lost some physical health and you're experiencing pain, you've lost a relationship, you've lost money, you've lost a job opportunity, and then in that place of acceptance and real care for ourselves, not doing the like, oh, it's a Tao Te Ching says it's a fortune within the misfortune, and like making ourselves be like hyper positive about it or go straight to the blessing in disguise, to just say, hey God, or whoever, however you address that, hi higher self or source or whatever it is, and just say, hey, I'm confused and I'm having a hard time with this because it looks to me like this is something bad and I'm really discouraged, and can you help me out with this? Can you help me take really good care of myself in this? Can you give me some guidance and some wisdom? Can you give me some support and encouragement? I love the concept that I heard from, I can't remember who it was from, someone on some podcast, that, there's unemployed angels that we can call on. And I work with Quasi Joe here as a coach, and he always says, just think about your guardian angel and think about everybody else's guardian angel, and send them the strength of their guardian angel. So just really, rather than being like, oh, this is a blessing in disguise and let me find the blessing right away, be with yourself in that, and be really sweet to yourself and ask for wisdom and guidance and support from anything that you believe in. And then the other piece to it is that slowly but surely being willing to look at all of life as Wayne Dyer says in this podcast, as ups and downs, as hills and valleys, as a crooked line. There's no way for it to be flattened out. And while I often say I would not have designed this program that way, I was not the designer. And there is no version, even for those who manifest all of the things that they want, all the billionaires, all the people, on the Instagram or whatever, all the spiritual teachers, even people like Wayne Dyer and Ram Dass and Thich Nhat Hanh, they experience strokes and death and pain and loss, just like the rest of us. And the analogy that Wayne Dyer used in that podcast is of the ocean, and I love the ocean so much, so this was a really good one for me. And how the ocean just rises and falls. It will never, ever, ever stop, and we can't stop it. That ocean is designed to rise and fall, and that is bigger than us. And maybe there's some manifestor people out there who would say, when I say manifesting people, I don't mean like manifesting generators from human design. I mean like the world of manifestation. The like what you think about, you bring about kind of people. So maybe there's some people out there who would say maybe they could, I'm going to pause because there's someone up here. They could make the ocean stop rising and falling, but I doubt it. So, being willing to say like, okay, the ocean is going to rise and fall. There is going to be pain and loss. And there's multiple ways within which I can interact with that ocean. So I could be a person who, doesn't know how to swim and feels like I'm dropped in the middle of a storm in the rising, falling ocean and like I'm going to die and be super desperate and freaked out by that. And feel like it's going to kill me. Or I could be a person who learns how to surf and gets excited by the rise and fall of the ocean and all the variances in between, and I feel like I was doing some art yesterday and I was making a picture that said it's okay to not be okay, because I think that is one of the greatest challenges of this life, is to really be willing to accept that pain and loss are a part of it, and that we don't have to be jumping for joy when we have pain or loss, but we also don't have to be guilty or blame ourselves or blame anyone else. You haven't done anything wrong if there are challenges in your life, and we have not failed if there are challenges in our life. And we can learn how to slowly over time, some moments better than others, or more than others, not better or worse. In some moments we can look at, I may be able to look at things with my co-parenting relationship and be able to really see the blessing in there. And some days I may be less able to do that. And I can be really loving towards myself in all of those moments and go, oh, hey, I see how you're experiencing some sadness or some grief, or some judgment. I was talking with someone yesterday about judgment, and they were saying, why don't we choose the healthy thing if we know what the healthy thing is? And I was just saying, maybe the healthy choice is not the goal. Maybe the experience is the thing. Maybe there's no goal that you have to get to. That can't fuck it up energy that I keep talking about, because one of the things that I see in my day-to-day work with people is that the judgment of themselves and others, and the guilt or frustration that they feel as a result of being so harsh with themselves and others is so painful. And so the more we can say, hey, it looks like I'm in a real period of judgment right now, or hey, it looks like I'm in a real period of eating things that don't feel great to my body or are as deemed as unhealthy from the world, or hey, I'm in a period of using a lot of substances that people have a lot of opinions about, or hey, I'm in a period of really feeling suicidal, or hey, I'm in a period of being really judgy and vindictive and harsh with my loved ones. And just saying, I'm gonna do that until I have a different option, and if you feel like you can make a different choice, you can make a different choice, but not holding yourself hostage for whatever it is that you're experiencing. That, whatever you're thinking and believing, that's your reality, and sort of that can't until you can energy of that 12-step slogan. So I think my biggest desire in this life is just to let everybody know, you're fine, you're okay, and it's okay that it's not okay. It's okay that you're not okay. It's okay that your circumstances are not okay. It's all of it's okay. And I don't think there's a Mr. God, or as I like to call it, or a Sky Daddy, as I've heard other people call, or Santa God up in the sky who's disappointed with you. I think that's just a way that we've sort of put our human experience onto the God thing. And I think that ultimate source, whatever it is so allowing. The storms of nature really show us that all sorts of things get destroyed and die in nature, and there's so much allowing for that, and so why would that allowing not be there for us as humans as well? So I love you, and I'm thinking of you if you're watching this today in the April 2024 eclipse. I'm thinking of you today, that you just bring that allowing to this day, or resistance. You may be a person who's spending a lot of time worrying about what the eclipse is going to mean, whether you should or shouldn't watch it, how the planet is going to change. And if that's where you are, I send you so much love for that. And if you're just excited about seeing it, I'm sending you so much love for that. And if you're just sort of feeling empty and indifferent and confused and what is life, then I'm sending you so much love for that, and anything in between, because I don't think you can do it right, and I don't think you can do it wrong. And if you need a reminder of that, you just send me a comment, and I'm so delighted to remind you of that. I love you, and sending you big hugs.